Right, evening guys, welcome to this random video that I decided to do. I haven't put a midweek video up this week. I haven't really got a lot on. I've been a very busy boy indeed. If you give me 2 moments, I'm literally going to bring up the YouTube page so that we can see the ongoing chat. In case anybody has any questions whilst we're going. So, yeah. Welcome to this update video. First of all, I'm still running the competition on the channel. If you would like to win a sealed box of Blood Angel Death Company, a box of sealed Orc Knobs, a metal Pedro Cantor model, I believe it's Pedro Cantor, or Dan Abnett Eisenhorn book, brand new, never been read. If you want to win those, first place will get one of the 2 boxes of their choice, and then either Pedro Cantor or the Eisenhorn book. Second place will get the other 2. Now all you've got to do is you've got to go and leave a comment on the channel update video from about, I think it was 3 to 4 weeks ago. Once the video is uploaded onto YouTube after the live broadcast, I will post a link to that video in the description. 1 entry, 1 comment on that video. For 10 entries, what you need to do is make a video response to the competition video in the form of Ranoket and Gavin. If you've watched the mini-series that Phil and Stu did, it is absolutely bonkers, hilarious, and completely, utterly stupid, but funny. Hilarious stuff. And honestly, when I was editing them, so funny to watch. You don't have to put the production in that those guys did. Basically, film some models, have them talk to each other, have them act something out, you know, whatever. The video will grant you 10 entries when you post a link to the video in the comments of that. 2 people have already done video responses. One of them, Richard, Tattoo for You, did a response with his towel, which was absolutely hilarious. He got his whole family involved with it as well. Thoroughly enjoyed watching that. Another one was Darby Conway. He did one with his son reenacting, I think it was Istvan 4. Some of the scenes from there with his son. And that was quite good to watch as well. So thanks guys for doing that. Hopefully we can get a few more videos, share them out, and everybody can have a little bit of a chuckle at the videos as well. So, for the channel, what's next? What have I been up to? Well, I've been a bit of a busy boy. I changed jobs. I was actually temping with a company, and the job was going to be coming to an end. And I applied for another job, went for an interview, and less than 5 minutes after getting out the interview, I had a call from the company saying they wanted me to start the following week, which was fantastic news. I was going to be putting in for my AAT accountancy qualification to start college in September, and I was going to study that on a night, and obviously that's something I was going to have to pay for, and it was going to be tiring, between gaming and things like that, and then still studying to become an accountant on a night was going to be very difficult. However, day 2 of the new job, I pretty much got a promotion. Finance manager asked me to join their team, and they offered to pay for me AAT qualification for me. So yeah, I pretty much now got a permanent job in finance, and in 2 years' time I'll be a qualified accountant as long as I stick in. So that's going well. I'm currently into my 3rd week of that. It's very tiring. Some of the lads will know as well, like on a night sometimes they come around and game here, and I'm sat at my desk painting or doing whatever. Sean and Liam came around to play fantasy on Tuesday night. I actually fell asleep for an hour and a half on my bed whilst they were in the other room gaming. So it's tiring, but it's going to be worth it. The band I'm in, we are gigging quite regular now. We're gigging twice, if not at least once, almost every weekend now until October. So obviously as soon as I finish work on Fridays, I'm going straight to a gig, setting up the gig, playing, not getting home till sort of 2 in the morning sometimes by the time I unpack. I've also started running. I've started doing park runs on a Saturday morning at 9 AM. and I've been doing quite a few runs on an evening. I actually live, about 300 meters that way from the cliff tops, and it's absolutely beautiful and fantastic to go running, sort of trail runs and stuff there, and really enjoying that as well actually at the minute. And then trying to fit gaming and painting in as well. I finally finished a commission of High Elves. I'm hopefully going to do a quick showcase video of the entire army that I painted. It was quite a large army actually, so I'm hoping to get a quick showcase video of that up. In the meantime, you may have seen a couple of Khorne Demonkin videos of me progressing with the painting. I did run sort of a little kind of poll to find out what army you want to see more of and which one to focus on the most to get painted up first. And Demonkin actually won out with that. So I've got a couple of more units painted up, which you may have seen in a video I did last week. I've already done a battle report with them. That'll hopefully be up next week. Tomorrow is going to be Tyranids versus Tyranids between me and Phil. Eastern Gaming Experience is now up and running, which is what used to be Games of War. Unfortunately, it's now only a Thursday night, but lots more games going on. It's a lot more club focused. And not that Games of War wasn't, but it was there all the time, and you basically very rare you bumped into people unless you were there on a Saturday during the day. So yeah, the Demonkin is getting painted up. I've got a pile of them on my desk here. I'm going to work my way through them before I move on to the next army, which I'll probably move on to Tyranids. I think got the next lot of votes after that. What am I up to gaming wise? I don't really have a lot of plans. There's actually been about 3 or 4 weeks over the last month or so where I haven't gamed on a Saturday, just because I've been so busy and I've had quite a lot of battle reports already filmed, ready to upload anyway, which is obviously good. It allows me that little bit of a breathing space, so I don't have to game relentlessly every weekend. This Saturday, however, I am going to Warhammer World. I'm going to be playing Mr. Steve Down. Steve is a long-time fan of the channel. You may have just seen him if you're a subscriber to Winter's SEO. You may have seen his Blood Angels on there. Steve's been following me since I was a couple of hundred subscribers. So it's going to be a pleasure to finally meet him. We are going to have 2 awesome games. One of them is going to be against his AdMech, which he actually painted up using my Castellax painting tutorial. His entire army's painted up using that scheme, so that's going to be fantastic to see and get on the channel. The second one is going to be Knights versus Knights. 6 Knights versus 6 Knights. That is going to be brutal. And Richard, title for you, hello. That's going to make a slick bat rep. Presuming you mean Tyranids versus Tyranids 1. Yes, it was very fun. Me and Phil extended on the, I think we did about 1250 or 1,000 point game on a 4v4 before. We actually did a very similar thing, but on the 6v4 with 6 objectives and doing the hidden victory points under the Tyranid eggs again. We both ran a formation or so each. MVP fusions, can't have too many knights. I actually have 8. I've got 2 of the 30k ones. I've got the Jera and the Styrex. I've got the 3 Cerastus and 3 Imperial ones. I'm not sure which one Steve's got, but basically I want to take the 3 Imperials and the 3 Cerastus. The Majera you can't actually use in 40k, and my Styrex isn't painted, unfortunately. It might be the way around, I'm not sure which way around it is. But yeah, we're going to have knights on knights, so we know that game's not going to last long. So yeah, we're going to play knights versus knights, and then I think we're going to do 1850 of Cult Mech. Now, I am gigging tomorrow night with the band, so I've literally got tonight, so the next 3 hours, to build the army list and pack it as to what I'm taking against 1850 of Cult Mech alone, no Skitarii. So if anybody has any suggestions, please let us know before the end of the video so I can go in the spare room and get the armies packed up as well. that's pretty much it for updates. I don't really have anything else planned. I'm hoping to start running tournaments again soon. Um, but yeah, just basically trying to focus on getting my armies painted. I haven't really painted that much recently over the last couple of months. I've been so busy, with change of employment, the band and running. I've been really, really busy, so I haven't really getting that much painted, but I really want to start moving on with my painting. I really, really want to finish the armies off that I've got. I haven't bought anything other than a couple of things from my Demon King over the last few months, and I got a Tyranid Hero Jewel from Ali. He was selling one. Richard better get to work. I don't need to get that much painted actually. John Best, able to log on for a second. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. If you were starting Dark Eldar with the Get Started box up to 1850, how would you go about it? I would definitely go into the Poison Boat, a Raider and a Cavalite squad. I'd extend the Reavers. You can never have too many Reavers. Depends on how you want to play. Can't go wrong with a Ravager. Ravagers are awesome. But I would certainly look at the Coven's formations. The Scalper Squadron is 2 deep striking Venoms with 5 racks in on turn 1, with D3 for First Blood and -1 leadership within 12 inches. That's good. The Grotesquerie is also very good. That's 2 units of Grotesques and a Homunculus or Urian Rakarth. Urian Rakarth every time. What else do I normally take? That's pretty much it. I normally run a Forge World Reaper and a Razorwing. So I would say definitely get a Razorwing, another Poison Boat, a couple of Venoms. Incubi are good sometimes, but beyond that, there's not really that much that's unfortunately very good in the Dark Eldar Codex. Actually, Scourge with Haywire Blasters. That's probably the other thing I would get. Steve Down, hello Steve. Just got it back in. 5 normal knights and 2 WF. I'm guessing Forge World ones. Is that what you want all together, or what you taking to the game? Because I think we said 6 a piece, but 5 normal knights. Ouch, that's going to be brutal. But yeah, I'm seriously looking forward to it, Steve. Really can't wait. Nick Beer, hello. How on earth are you doing, my friend? So yeah, that's basically what I'm being up to and where things are kind of at the moment. I'm a little bit lost on how to move forwards. I do want a few more models, possibly another game map or 2. Orkan Hera. Let's have a look. Grab the Coven's book. The Dark Arts and Formation is good to run. Yep, it is, and it is obviously the namesake of the channel. It is a fantastic formation. You can run it reasonably well for just under 400 points. Cabs and jet bikes, definitely. That's exactly what I said as well. Right. Basically, I want a bit of advice from you guys next about what you want to see on the channel and what you think I should get for each of my armies if I was to update them. I do have a little bit of spare money. Unfortunately, working minimum wage and trying to run a household doesn't really work that well. But I got some holiday payback from my last job because I didn't use all my holidays. So I've got a little bit of funds spare. And I don't know what to extend. Tyranids, I don't feel... Steve, I know you have loads of ideas and I cannot wait to sit down in Bugman's with a pint and some good grub with you and go over it. Basically, for Tyranids, I've got a Hero Jewel and some Biowars, but I'm not really that fussed about anything else. Take 4 units of 9 Reavers and watch your opponent weep unless he's Tau. Pretty much, yes. Reavers are brutal with cluster caltrops. Give 1 to the champion. Charge in, challenge, and do D6 rend and strength 6 hammer of rats. Give them an agonizer as well for the AP3 poison 4+. If you get the +1 attack or weapon skill, you're laughing. So yeah, Tyranids, I don't think I want anything else to extend the force. I've got pretty much everything I want. I don't fancy a Tyrannocyte or the Spore Assist. I don't fancy a Horsebrex, I think. I know it's an assault unit, but I don't know, I don't feel like I need anything else for me Tyranids. I've got the Gene Stealer cult there to build and paint as well. And I've got more Gene Stealers there and 2 Biovores and a load of mines. I even bought some shells and I'm actually going to green stuff some tentacles onto them. And because all my Tyranids have shells on them and are water themed, I'm going to use them as, I want to say, Myotic Spores or Mucolids. I don't know which one it is, whichever one the 15-point troop choice is. So don't feel I need any more Tyranids. Necrons, I've got one of everything in the Codex, I think. Yeah, I've got one of everything in the Codex. And I've got a Millipede. I don't know which one it is. Let me just grab it. It's a shooty one. I got this one second hand, so it does need repainting. But yeah, he's in the force. I've got, like I said, one of everything else, so I don't think I need anything else, to be honest, for me Necrons. I make very short videos chopping random objects. Yes, a chop. Fair enough. Let's have a think. Eldar, I don't think I want anything from your Eldar. You may have seen the battle report I did versus Graham's Tower, the Supremacy. That battle was absolute cheese. And I even said to Graham afterwards, look, I felt awful doing what I did to the town art. It was brutal. I don't mind using Eldar as allies for Dark Eldar, but I think running like the Wraith Host and the Wind Rider Host in conjunction with each other is way too brutal. So unless anyone asks for it, you won't see that on the channel unless someone asks for it. The only thing I do fancy for Eldar is Shadow Spectres. I think they are lovely models, and especially the way I play Dark Eldar and my Eldar combo, I tend to leadership bomb. So if they're within, I think it's 6 or 12 inches, taking leadership tests on 3d6 is going to go massively in my favour. So I do like the models as well, obviously. Tau need to die. Yes, unless you're playing against them with Eldar, in which case you feel awful. We need Graham's Tau back on the channel. Unfortunately, Graham has a lot in his personal life going on at the moment. So, you know, Graham's going to be around as and when. Oakenhira, yeah, standard LR feels too cheesy unless the opponent agrees. Totally agree. Totally agree. You've got 2 solo Dark Eldar and Harley armies. Harlequins, actually, I do have a full, I want to say, Segarax Revenge, which is the massive host. I just need to get painted. I've only got 2 bikes, the Hero's Path, 1 troop squad, a Void Weaver, and a Star Weaver painted. I have actually got triple that amount, so another 2 for each of them, and I totally agree. It's fun to mix them. The leadership bombs I run, I usually run an Archon with Armor of Misery, a Scalpel Squadron, or Corpse Thief, or Dark Artisan, or multiples. I then take the Hero's Path formation with the Mask of Secrets on the Shadow Seer. With Mirror of Minds, that is absolutely brutal, and I actually got first blood against a Wraith Knight with Mirror of Minds because I had a -4 leadership, and he never ever beat the roll off. In conjunction with that, Psychic Shriek, obviously from the Farseer or anything, you know, all that minus leadership was fantastic. In a bat rep I did with Stu as well, I actually multi-charged my Corpse Thief at 3 units of Necron Destroyers, and I was like, all right, please take a fear test at -7 leadership. So that was brutal, obviously failed. I then only did 1 wound to each of the units because I was obviously splitting each of the attacks. Did 1 wound to each of the units. So then he had to take a morale check on double 1s, which he failed. And obviously Necrons being initiative 2, I overran them. So that was fantastic. MVP Fusions. Everyone wants an army like Nigel's Harley's. Greetings from WS10. Hello. Yes, everyone wants an army like Nigel's. I took my Khorne Demonkin against them. I thought, oh yeah, pretty fair matchup, 2 combat armies. No. No, not a fair matchup. Harlequins absolutely obliterated the Khorne Demonkin. But in my defense, it was the first time I'd ever played the Khorne Demonkin as well. Nigel's Harlequins are fantastically painted, very, very beautiful, and it was an absolute pleasure to play against Nigel, and I hope to see him at Warhammer World again soon. I don't know if he's there tomorrow, this weekend, but hopefully we will be seeing him again soon on the channel. Beautiful Harlequins. He's got some Corsairs that he's mentioned, possibly getting on the channel as well. So yeah, what else are we talking about? Yeah, Eldar. I'm not going to expand the Eldar beyond the Shadow Spectres. Dark Eldar, I don't need anything because I have more than enough Raiders, Ravagers, and God knows what else that are unpainted. I just need to get them painted. So I don't think I'll expand the Dark Eldar or the Harlequins. Blood Angels. I don't know if I need to extend. I have an entire battle company, full strength. I've got like 25 Terminators, 20 Scouts, 30 Death Company, 10 Sanguinary Guard. I've got like everything in the Codex apart from Scout Bikers. I don't have Scout Bikers. I've got one of every tank. I've got Vanguard Vets. I've got Stern Guard. You know, I have absolutely everything. Not grabbing 9 slits, Shard Carbine Court. I would, and I like the idea of slits with Splinter Axe in a Tantalus, but getting hold of slit models is a nightmare. I actually don't, out of the Dark Eldar Codex, I don't have any Court of the Archon, and I only have Chimera, which I use Direwolves for, Fantasy Direwolves. But Okanhira, if you can get or tell me where to get slits from, I will more than happily buy them. I will more than happily use them. If there's any substitutes like the Khorne Fleshhounds, I use the Bargeist from Puppets Wars for them. They're actually really, really good. So yeah, I don't, obviously beyond that, I don't think I would extend the Dark Eldar. Blood Angels, I've got the 3 Storm Ravens, I've got 7 pods, I've got everything that's in the book. I've got a Fire Raptor. Do I get a tank? I know a lot of people like Sakarans. I don't mind them. Yeah, agree. £9 a model for slits is very steep for a fun model. So if there is a substitute that anyone knows of, I'm more than happy, you know, to give them a go. Blood Angels. A lot of people use Sakarans. I know Steve used a Sakaran. A lot of people do rate them, and I think they are good. I just don't think it fits my Blood Angel play style. One thing I do fancy, however, is a Leviathan with, I want to say the Cutters and Siege Drill. I don't know the names of them exactly, but like, I think it does extra wounds. I fancy that and a pod, or possibly a Fell Blade. I don't know. Steve, I know you've got a lot of Blood Angel tanks and stuff, so we'll maybe sit down and have a discussion about that and see what you think on Saturday. So beyond that, I don't think there's any other Blood Angels that I need at all. Skitarian Cult Mech. Yes, I can't run a lot of the formations because I only have one of each unit, so I can't run the one with multiple destroys and breaches, with the Dominus that deep strikes. I can't run the one with like 3 units of Castellans. I can't run the Killcade because I've only got 1 unit of Rust Stalkers. Ballastar, the Iron Strider Ballastari one, I can't run that. But you know what? I don't mind not being able to run them. I'm happy with what I've got for them. I enjoy just running them for fun. The War Convocation is very, very shooty indeed. And with the combination of the Knights, I don't feel I need them. 30 Kiad Mech, I need to get back on the channel. They have been neglected, to say the least. I don't think they've been on the channel since about February. I don't know if I want anything additional for them other than the Knight Atropos. I've contemplated Myrmidon Destructors, but do I really need them? Probably not. Again, not my play style, but could do with a little bit more anti-tank in the list. But again, there's not really that much I want. Not even tech thralls, to be honest. I don't feel like I really use the ones I've got. Venators, I like the look of a Venator, but again, you know, sitting back and shooting is not really my style with any of my armies. So currents are good backbone for Legion army. I have Death Guards, so prefer Medusa's and more Terminators. Fair enough. Fellblades Rock Steve, I have one. Awesome stuff. I have, well, George, who used the Blood Angels versus the Demon King in the battle report a few months back. He's got a Fellblade. But yeah, what other armies is there? Necrons, don't need. I'm trying to go around my room. Eldar, Shadow Spectres, Dark Eldar, possibly some Slith. Necrons, I don't feel need anything. Blood Angels, Dreadnought, Drop Pod, and a Leviathan, I feel. Tyranids, I don't feel that I need anything. Knights, I wouldn't mind in a Tropus. 30k mech, I don't think I need anything. And 40k mech, I don't think I need anything. Demonkin, though, I know Steve suggested one, a Brass Scorpion. But there's so many big, there you go, just commented. There's so many big things that actually look quite cool for the Demon King. I like the look of the Lord of Skulls, but I think for 888 points, it's a lot. I like the look of the named Bloodthirster. I can't remember his name. Angrath, maybe. I think that's quite a cool model. I think Kaitan is a cool model as well. So there is a couple of options there with the Demon King that I actually fancy. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on what armies that you actually want to see and what you'd get to expand them. Moving on to business though, Angron. No, Angron is the Primarch. I think it's Angarath or Angrath is the massive Bloodthirster. Winters actually used him in a game that he played against his mate who runs Chaos. Winters took a Reaver and basically bubble wrapped the Reaver with, I think it was like 80 tech thralls or something, just so Angrath couldn't charge him. I think the rules for Titans have been updated. Now also they can't actually be locked in combat. Yeah. Moving on to the channel itself though, I'm interested to know what people want to see on the channel. I feel like I don't know how to say this. I don't want to sound. I feel like there's a lot of new upcoming channels, and they seem to be doing very, very well, grabbing a lot of subscribers and getting a hell of a lot of views very, very quickly. And I don't want to slip. I feel like my game might be slipping a bit, and I want to know what people's thoughts are, what they want to see, or how I could improve things. I feel like battle reports now are they're not mundane. I'm still enthusiastic about them and still really into them, but I don't want them to feel same old. I want people to watch them and go, wow, that's awesome. I want to be part of that game. Richard, my pretty face. I found your channel through the tutorials and watched a few bat reps. Fair enough, thanks very much, Okenhira. I have done some tutorials. I haven't done that many recently. I will be doing at least one a month though, because Niche Magazine, I'm going to be writing basically a terrain tutorial for that every month, so I will be doing a video. Painting tutorials is a bit harder because obviously I've already painted most of my armies, but I suppose anything I'll go back to, like I haven't actually done a tutorial for Blood Angels. But if you like tutorials, I can certainly start and whack out more of them. I mean, especially as I'm working through my armies. You know, set the camera here on a tripod and filming. That's certainly easy. Let's have a look. Bat reps are tough. Some people want the full 1 hour plus, don't miss dice roll type thing. Some people want the highlights, close-up shots. Again, I totally agree with that, Okenhira. For example, tabletop tactics. I love Lawrence's battle report style. You know, rolling all the dice. And if you want to see something tactical, it's great. What I find and if Lawrence watches this, or even if Winters watches this, or anyone else who films battle reports watches this, you'll probably agree. If you're just playing somebody generally, it's a lot harder to actually sit and record the dice rolls. If your opponent knows how to film a battle report, for example, the guys at Tabletop Tactics, they play Lawrence regular, so they obviously know Lawrence's film style. They know where to roll the dice for Lawrence to catch them on camera and everything. It flows very nicely because I don't want to say they're trained, they've got practice at it. A lot of people I play don't necessarily have that practice of filming battle reports or even taking part in battle reports, which is why it's easy to do the end of turn recap. I like the style that Winters does it, but I also like a lot of what Lawrence does for Tabletop Tactics, which is why I try to keep key dice rolls on camera. But then I try and do a lot of panning shots, try and keep it thematic and a little bit of story to it, as well as trying to keep it a little bit tactical, explaining my thought process, why I'm moving units there, and things like that. So if anyone's got any suggestions about how to make the battle reports better or what they want to see, I'm more than willing to listen to things as well. But I find that most of my battle reports tend to be about 30 to 40 minutes, which, most people can sit and watch a battle report for 30 to 40 minutes. I actually lost interest in watching mini wargaming. The amount of dice rolls and everything, it draws away from the game itself. I would rather watch a story-driven battle report, much like what Winters does. I enjoy that so much more. I don't know what it is. When Nick does his, for example, he does it end of phase recaps and ace phase as well. Again, he does end of turn recaps. I think it just keeps the flow going and doesn't detract from what's actually going on in the game itself. Let's have a look at the quick comments there. Richard, I like a good mix of honestly bat reps, tutorials and tactics and things like that. I'm hoping to start rocking some narrative bat reps soon myself. Mate, go for it. Narrative battle reports are awesome and I love something with a bit of story. Tactics is something I haven't really done or looked at much. I've done like a couple of kind of things when I've done like army overviews and things like that. MVP fusions, I like tactics videos like Winters has done as of late. Yes, deployment zone that Winters has done is fantastic. He has the banter and the ability to joke on the fly, whereas I kind of bit. It depends who I'm around. If I'm by myself, I struggle to come up with witty comments. If any of you have been a long time fan of the channel, and I know Richard loves this guy a bit, but when I play Phil, me and Phil bounce off each other so well, it's unbelievable. And I'm hoping to actually film a full battle report with dice rolls with Phil to see what reaction it actually gets on the channel. But obviously that's something we need to plan and make sure we've got the time to do it as well. Ockenhira, I agree. Don't focus on one thing, which is why I've tried to go like more of a schedule now. Put a battle report up over a weekend, do a tutorial or an update video or something else midweek. So I'm still trying to keep the content flowing with a good mix. I'm doing like live sessions like I am now. I'm doing tutorials. I'm doing painting updates. I've done product reviews, things like that as well. Let's have a look. First I had mini wargame, but now I tend to watch them on 1.5 speed and slow it down for moments. Yeah, mate, honestly, I haven't watched mini wargaming since they started the Death Watch narrative campaign. That's how long it's been since I've watched. Steve, 25 to 40 minutes normal bat reps, an hour for Apocalypse games. Yeah, I mean, even if some do go over, for example, like Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics, a lot of his are around an hour. But I enjoy Lawrence's because although he films his dice rolls, he's still got a good mix of banter and keeps the game flowing. The pace that he has is really, really good. Richard, you will see me versus Phil. He's finishing off his exams at college, but I'm hoping, like I said, to get him when he's free. Don't think it's going to be next week. I've got running on Monday. I've got a game versus Necrons Tuesday. I have to go to college on Wednesday for my opening interview. Thursday, I'm playing Liam. Liam is finally coming back to the channel with his Eldar now painted up. And yes, it's Eldar, and it's horrible, and it's crap, and it's cheesy. But Liam hasn't been on the channel for a while, actually. So yeah, I think it was when I first actually got the Necrons. That's when Liam was last on the channel. Other than the odd appearance that he's done in Q&A and that game versus Stu. I've been saying for a while I want to do Space Hulk, and I still do, but I've still got these 5 Terminators sat here on my desk, still needing to be painted. Like I said, though, I've just barely painted anything for the last sort of 3 or 4 months, so I need to get back into it. Advertising, that's a question. What do you guys recommend for advertising? I mean, a lot of you are on my Facebook anyway, Richard, Nick, Steve, and if I post a battle report, I post it in all the general 40k groups, and I post it in the armies that take part in the battle report groups. If I do a general video, I post it in nearly every group. I advertise on Instagram. I use tags in my YouTube videos. I literally don't know what else to do to try and promote the channel itself and get the battle reports seen by people. I've started trying to do thumbnails as well, as I think it does look a little bit more professional rather than a battle report versus Stu that I did with Eldar versus Necrons. And the random thumbnail that YouTube picked happened to be Phil going. So yeah, can you get the guy with the Nurgle demons back on? Which one, Steve? Was it the one I used versus... who was it? The one I used the Necrons versus that took 3 Demon Princes, or was it the one I used the Dark Eldar against that had Scabby Thrax? Because I know if it's Nicky, Nicky's actually a long-time fan of the channel, and I'm actually playing a Darlington a lot more now that Games of War's closed. So I do actually see Nicky a bit more regular than what I normally would have. Warhammer Reddit's Warhammer/Warhammer 40k. The Dark Eldar one, Steve. Yeah, I can certainly get in touch with Nicky and arrange another game. How do you feel Khorne Demonkin would do against Nurgle demons? Because I think Khorne versus Nurgle might be quite fun, but I don't want to get absolutely annihilated. Right. Oakenhira, I'm not sure what Reddit is. I know Darby Conway messaged me and mentioned them, but I'm not sure what they actually are. I know somebody said, what was it? Use forums, Daka Daka. I'm going to go and check that out. Richard, I have no idea how to use Twitter. I have tried multiple times to use it, and I can't. Pinterest, I might give that a look. Richard, you know what? You do have a small channel, but you've got a lot of banter on there, and it's fun to watch. It's very light-hearted. It's very easy listening, and you're such a fun guy. Like I love listening while I'm building or painting and stuff. I know I don't always comment on people's channels. It depends on how busy I am. Let's have a look. Oakenhira Reddit. It's split into subreddits. There are subreddits for Warhammer and Warhammer 40k. Cool. I'll definitely look that out. For everyone else that's actually watching, if you haven't already subscribed to Richard, tattoo for you, please go and check him out. Honestly, you know, he's an absolute sound guy. He's on my Facebook. We've spoke quite a lot about different things as well. Yeah, go and check him out. He's an absolute sound guy. Let's have a look. It's a homepage aggregator where you can sign up to subreddits to customize your front page. Thanks. I'll definitely go and check that out. As for videos and content, I mean, what else do you want to see? I honestly don't know. I mean, the Space Hulk thing, I've been saying since January, I want to get done, and honestly, I really do. I just need to pull my finger out and paint them Terminators, and I think if I can pull my finger out and get Deathwatch built and Deathwatch Overkill built and painted, because since I did that product review, it's sat in the cupboard there in the box. if I can get that done and start doing mini games like that, would that be of interest? Do people want to see a full-blown narrative campaign? Uh, you know, what else? If you have Twitter, when you upload to YouTube, it can auto-link to Twitter and Google. Richard, if you can help me do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. I have no idea. Believe it or not, I am a technophobe. I have no clue how to do anything. It took someone else to work out how to do live streams on YouTube for us. So yeah, I can barely, I know enough to get by. I can edit videos and stuff like that. But beyond that, I'm not that technical actually. Sorry guys, give me 2 seconds. My phone is going nuts. Right, sorry about that. Mother Dearest is inboxing me because in January we actually spent a little bit of time together. We went to see a Michael Jackson tribute act. Now, I know people's opinions of Michael Jackson differ. I'm not going to voice my opinion because I don't want to start arguments. But my mum is a big fan of his music, and we went to see a Michael Jackson tribute act. And you know what? As a tribute act, he was fantastic. All the songs were phenomenal. The stage show that he put on, it was brilliant. She's actually messaged me there because the guy who we went to see is actually touring again in the UK. So she wants to go and see him. So I think that's something I'm probably going to do with the mother. You've got to look after your parents, I feel sometimes. And, my mum's been good to us. We don't always see eye to eye, but she's there for us. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think I've covered nearly everything. But if you've got any suggestions, Phil, hello, mate. Phil inboxes on Facebook, mate. We need to organise that full battle report where we film dice rolls. Richard, tattoo for you is dying to see it. Don't blame it on the sunshine, mate. What sunshine? We live in northeast England. There is no sunshine. But yeah, Phil, we need to do that full-length battle report with dice rolls and everything. That's an example as well, Richard. I mean, Phil came around last week. And honestly, I was so drained from work. I really couldn't be bothered to game, but I felt like don't blame it on the moonlight. Phil came round and he filmed the battle report himself because I was so drained from work. I literally couldn't game. I did help him out in a few bits and pieces, but yeah, Phil, we need to sort that game out, mate. I hope college and everything's been okay for you and your exams have gone okay. Other than seeing you the other day, I haven't seen you in ages. We need to catch up, mate. But yeah, I really don't know what else to suggest or how to promote or what other content to put on the channel that people want to see. I'm open to suggestions for what people want to see expanded in the armies, but I think I'm at a point now where other than 1 or 2 units, I don't think there's a lot I need or want. Like I said, in the Troppers, Leviathan and Pod, the Blood Angels, maybe a tank. Shadow Spectres for the Eldar, and 1 or 2 things for the Demonkin. Like I said, I think spoiler alert, Phil won. Yes, Phil, you won. However, which side won, we won't tell until you see the battle report. The battle report that's actually going up tomorrow night will be me versus Phil of Tyranids versus Tyranids. So Phil, you'll be happy to know that. Yeah, Khorne Demonkin, I think probably just the Brass Scorpion, to be honest. But if there's any other units that you want to see, I'm more than happy to consider them. I don't know whether or not I want a couple of more mats from Urban Mats. Martin has produced 3 new mats: the Swamp Zone, the Dusty Roads and the Desert. I quite fancy the Dusty Roads and the Desert one. I think the Desert one would go on with the AdMech quite well. Phil, I am not building a Tau army. Everyone for donkeys has thought that I'm building a Tau army. Tau, unfortunately, is not my player style at all. My player style is very get in your face and assault, with potentially some backline gunfire, which is why I don't mind the Skitarian cult mech. Blood Angels in your face, Dark Eldar's in your face. Eldar, I don't mind using, but they're not them alone aren't my play style. Necrons are certainly not my play style, and out of all the armies I've got, I'd actually say they're my least favorite to play. I have considered doing another army, and I really shouldn't, because I don't even have any space to put my Demonkin out in the spare room. But I was considering White Scars, and that's with Scars with a double R, because my surname is Scar. But I don't know. It's another army. I can't justify another army. Do I invest some more money in terrain? I don't know. I did buy, I don't know what it's called. It's a big fortification. It's got a big giant D-strength gun on the front. And when I took the Necrons to Warhammer World back in January, I faced Scott with his Blood Angels and he took one. I can't remember what it's called, but I have bought one of them. Ever considered Grey Knights? Actually, Miss MVP Fusions, yes. And twice a lad from our local gaming group has gone to sell them, but he had a massive army and I couldn't afford the full lot, but he wouldn't split. And then he put them up for sale again when I didn't have the money, and then sold them. But yes, Grey Knights is something I have actually considered, because again, you know, they are kind of up close and personal. Phil, Zone Mortalis, get it. Unfortunately, mate, no, I can't afford Zone Mortalis. Definitely not. So yeah, I don't know. What else do people want to see? What do they want to see in the armies? Would Dread Knights very in your face? Yes, they are. Actually, MVP Fusions, if you want to check out an awesome battle report, check out, in fact, just go and do a search on my channel for Grey Knights. There is two, I believe. Tyranids versus Tom's Grey Knights. Actually, there's three. Necrons versus Tom's Grey Knights, in which he took 3 Dread Knight formation with Shred. And there was also one where I took Dark Eldar and Harlequins. I think it was about 4,500 points, and I played Tom's Grey Knights. And Phil stepped in and used the AdMech as well. Again, where I took on 3 Dread Knights with Shred as well. They were fantastic. Next week's battle report will be Khorne Demonkin versus Grey Knights. And oh my god, what a game that was. If you've seen the Facebook pictures that I put on the Facebook page, fantastic. If you haven't, go and look at them because they are fucking awesome. Such a fantastic game, honestly. One of the most fun, enjoyable games I've had for not a long time, because obviously Phil, I have so much fun when I play Phil. But game-wise, it was just like, oh, I've got preferred enemy demons. And I was like, oh, well, I've got a gold pack with preferred enemy psychers. And it was just re-rolling ones all the time. Honestly, it was so funny. And if you go and check the pictures, you will see what I turned around and charged a Drago and a unit of Terminators. Spoiler alert, I won't tell you how it came off, but to a unit of 9 halberds, 1 hammer, a mastery level 3 librarian, and Drago, I charged a Juggerlord, 4 Gorpak hounds, a Herald on Juggernaut, a Mauler Fiend, 10 Chaos Marines, 5 possessed, 8 berserkers, and another 5 dogs, with +1 attack for their Slaughter Cult using the Blood Tide points. Oh my, yes. Bloodthirster taking on Castle and Crow and a single, I want to say, strike squad. Marine. That was brutal. Yeah, honestly, such a good game. Such a good game. Demonkin, I'm really, really enjoying playing them as well, so I can't wait to actually get more of them painted up. Indeed, it was awesome. Anyway, someone suggest to me what you would like to see against 1850 of Cult Mech alone. I haven't played the Dark Eldar for a while, and I think they've had a little bit of neglect. Now, I kind of want to take the Dark Artisan to Warhammer World because they haven't been. Nids have been, Crons have been, Admech have been, Nids have been twice actually. They played Winters and Geeks 40k, and the Demonkin have been. The Eldar have actually technically been as well because Sean used them to play against Geeks 40k. So there's only the Blood Angels, the Dark Eldar that actually haven't been, or the 30k mech. But yeah, what army should I take 1850 against Steve's Cult Mech? What army do you want to see? I almost feel like even if I don't use Dark Eldar, I need to take the Dark Artisan with me, and the Dark Artisan needs a photo at Warhammer World. Richard, like to see the Dark Eldar. Actually, you know what, mate? I think the last time I actually used them was that massive game I did against Phil and Tom with the Grey Knights. I think that was actually the last time I used them. Dark Eldar against Admech. Dark Eldar is then, as soon as I get off this video, I will build an 1850 list and I will go and pack it. I then also need to work out how I'm transporting 6 Knights because I don't have a box for them. So yeah, I think that's something I need to sort out. Right. I think that is about everything, folks. Space Wolves. Monkey, hello. No, I don't like Space Wolves, and it's not out of dislike for them. I don't like the fluff or the fur of them, essentially. So, sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Space Wolves. I can't explain why. And in my opinion, Blood Angels should have, at least on par rules, they need their own version of the Decurion. I mean, some of the stuff, but Space Vikings, but Space Vampires. I don't know. I don't like Imperial Guard, and it's nothing against Guard players or Ali, who's 15,000 points of Guard is still in that cupboard until he gets his house sorted. They don't appeal to us. I don't know what it is. And as far as Tau go, I like the models, but the army just doesn't appeal to us in the slightest, and I can't explain why. So yeah, I honestly don't know. I don't know. Anyway, closing thoughts, because it's getting late and I'm starting to get tired. I want to do a little bit of painting, and I want some YouTube to watch. What would you buy for each army to expand it? What should I buy if not model? Should I buy more terrain? Should I buy more battle mats? Phil, I think you should start Dark Elves and play some fantasy. I don't know. Me and Sean and Liam discussed this yesterday when Sean popped round to pick his High Elves up. I think buying into fantasy would be a bit of an overload for me. As much as I do love the Dark Elf models, I think it would be too overwhelming. If people want to see fantasy battle reports, actually, the commission I'm finishing is actually Sean's High Elves. Liam's in the middle of painting up some lizard men. And Phil, I believe you've got some ogres painted as well. Phil is actually going to start filming the fantasy battle report and doing the odd one fantasy battle report here and there, just to try and get a little bit of varied content on. I know some people still do like fantasy, and it's still reasonably strong in our area. So right, I'm definitely going. Anime Freak Unknown, bonjour, hello. Phil, your ogres are done. Good. Most of Sean's elves are done as well. So hopefully we can actually get that sorted out soon. I I'm busy next week, but the week after, if I don't book any games in, maybe you can come around 2 nights if you're free. We can do that film dice game, and we can maybe film a fantasy game, or you guys can while I paint or something. But yeah, I'm totally down for that. Sean's away. He's back at work. He works 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. But yeah. Right, now I'm actually going to go now. So, what would you buy for what army to expand it, and why? Please check out the competition video. Would you buy more terrain? Would you buy more mats? What do you want to see the bat reps do? Battle mats are always a good idea, but I've already got 7. So I don't know if I should buy more. What do you want to see in battle reports? How could I improve them? And what extra content do you want to see on the channel? That's basically it. So guys, you know, everyone who's tuned in and left comments, thank you very, very much indeed for taking part. Considering this was going to be a 10-15 minute ramble, I appreciate you all sticking around. Steve, see you Saturday. It's been voted. You will be facing Dark Eldar. I will not bring a cheesy list. You will not see the Corp Steve Claw. You may see the Dark Artisan though, but I promise I will not go cheesy. I'll just take the standard Dark Eldar list, mate. And at 1850, hopefully it won't be. In fact, at 1850, I know by the time I get the Dark Artisan in, there's not going to be that much else that I can fit in that's going to be cheesy. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Richard, hit me up with how to use Twitter. I've got no clue. Steve, I'll bring a notepad and pen, and we can talk over dinner, over beer and burgers, and cow and bleeding cow and dripping bleeding cow and meat and beer. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. I look forward to seeing all of your comments. Thank you very much. See you again soon.